Hi everyone, I'm Jamie Delane Watson, and today we're going to be talking about how photographers can use Instastories to propel their business forward and to market to new clients. Let's get started. So I'm just going to be honest, Snapchat has always confused me. I don't know, I'm only 26, but maybe I'm already too old for it. I never quite got the technology. I knew it was blowing up, so I had downloaded it, tried to play around with it, and I just didn't get how it worked for business. So when Instagram came out with Instastories, I was like, this is something I can get on board with. It's right in a platform I already know and love, and I really see some ways it could be of an advantage to your business. So if for some reason you don't know what Instastories are, they are photos or videos that you can update in your profile that will only last for 24 hours. So it's a temporary way to put an Instagram out in the world. So it's more unfiltered, it's more unpolished, it's more true to life, it's not curated, you don't have to worry about your feed, you don't have to worry about your grid, all of that stuff. But that doesn't mean we should just be, I was about to use the expression willy-nilly. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to use it. It doesn't mean we should be like willy-nilly with how we use our Insta stories. It's still a business Instagram. So in my opinion, it should not be just your day-to-day life or hanging out at a party with your friends and like 10 videos in a row on your business Instagram. That's not what it's for. If you want to do that, you have to get a personal Instagram. So how can we use this in a professional way that's still personable? Because when I say professional, I don't mean like business as usual. I still mean sharing your personality and your brand. But how can we curate our Instagram stories so they are effective for our photography businesses? I will tell you. Now, in the tips I share, I am by no means saying this is the only way to do Insta stories in your business. This is just what has worked for me, felt natural for me, and what I feel has represented my business well. So I don't use Insta stories every day, not even by a long shot. I really only use Insta stories when I have a story to tell. So I'm not very likely to do just one-off images of like my desk or something like that. I think it's important to tell a story with your Instagrams. So if I'm going to post, it's likely that I'll post like 5 to 10 photos, videos, like a mix of things in a row to actually tell a story. And I think also by not posting very often, you get higher viewership because people are like, oh, Jamie doesn't often post stories. When she does, I know they're of this quality. They're not just random. So be picky with what you post. Some great ideas for photographers would be doing behind the scenes of a portrait session or a wedding day. I've seen these lots on Instagram, and I always love them. I like seeing how people work, and I think it's very helpful for clients to see behind the scenes as well. My only caveat, if I'm pronouncing that word right, with this is I like my second shooter to be actively second shooting on a wedding day. Maybe if you had like an assistant or it was the right time or your couple knew. I've never quite known how to work that out. I don't want to be seen on a wedding day as like capturing all this social media for my own marketing when I'm hired by that client to do a good job for that client. So certainly I don't think photographers should be doing Insta stories on wedding days. Now, of course, it's different if it's like a down moment during the reception or something, but I'm talking about like during the ceremony, during portraits, like when people are doing these long videos, I'm like, I don't know how that works. But if you can do that and you still feel like it represents your brand well, I think it's a cool asset to your marketing, but I'm always aware of how does this look to the bride and groom. So maybe it's been communicated and that's great and that's awesome. For engagement sessions, I think it would be a little bit easier. I don't often remember to do this, but I think that's really easy to say to the bride and groom eventually, like the couple, like, hey, I'm going to do an Insta story for my business. You'll see me just taking like quick video and photo snaps. Then you can like check it out later on my Instagram profile. I think that's totally appropriate. I would just let your client know what you're doing. Communication is key, so it doesn't look like you're just on your phone or something. I don't know. Just communicate about it. But another great idea for an Insta story in your business would be like a typical work day or behind the scenes. Behind the scenes again, I just use that. But I more mean when you're not shooting. Because I think as photographers, very often people don't know what we do all day. Like they just think we work on Saturdays. So by taking them behind the scenes in your office day, I think it could be really cool. Once again, this is not every day. I don't want to watch your every day. I also go to work. So I don't want to watch somebody's like every day. But I think it'd be really cool if you like announce at the beginning of the day, like, hey, today we're doing like a typical walkthrough of what an office day looks like for me. And just different parts of the day, the different tasks you do. I think that could be really neat. But once again, make it a rare thing. So yeah, that's another idea. And a third idea for Insta Stories for photographers would be sharing a recent shoot or wedding right in your Insta Story. So I like to take about 4 to 10 images from a portrait session or a wedding day and upload them like one after another, like all within 5 seconds or so to my Insta Story. And so there's like different ways you can make this look awesome by doing like all the portrait shots in a row and then upload all the horizontal shots in a row. So then you know how with horizontal shots, either it zooms it up as like vertical shots, which is not how you shot it. You don't want it to be displayed that way. Or you have to screen cap it. So there's like the black bar, like top and bottom of the horizontal shot. Well, if you download the opt-in video, which I'll put on the screen and also in the description, I can show you my super quick process for uploading these portrait shoots and wedding shoots so that all the verticals are in a row and then all the horizontals are in a row. So if you can't visualize that, it's basically like you'll be watching the Insta story and you'll, as soon as it gets to a horizontal image, you'll naturally turn your phone this way and then there'll be like 4 or 5 horizontal images so the viewer doesn't have to go like back and forth to view the images. The advantage of this is not everybody's going to click over to your blog to see your latest shoots by putting in your Insta story. It's a great reach. The reach for Insta stories is crazy. Right now, I would say my reach is about 15% of my followers watch my Insta stories, because if you swipe up on an Insta story, you can see how many people have viewed it, which is crazy because I never have 15% of people like or comment on a post. Like my like percentage is probably, like 2%. So that's like 7.5 times more people are engaging by viewing my Insta stories, which is awesome. A few other tips for Insta stories: you can plan them in advance to a certain extent. So even if you want to take quick video clips on a wedding day, but you don't want to be on your phone, you can just take those quick clips and save them to your camera roll. And then at the end of the wedding day, when you're back at home downloading cards, if you open up Instastory and you swipe down, you'll be able to see any photos and videos you've taken in the last 24 hours. And then you can simply upload those all at night, all like a couple minutes apart, to your Insta story. And then that'll be on for like the full Sunday, like 24 hours if the wedding was on a Saturday. So that's a really great way to not have to do things in the moment. And then also it's awesome because if your viewers, they don't need to wait like hours in between each clip. Like if you want to show a little bit from the morning, a little bit from the afternoon, you can upload them all in a row at night and then they're up for 24 hours. So that's really helpful. And of course, if you want to upload a photo or video that has been longer than 24 hours, you're going to need to screen cap that if it's a photo. And if it's a video, it's a bit more complicated. You're going to need to go into the metadata of the video and change that date so it tricks your phone into thinking that it was taken in the last 24 hours. So I would stick to photos for that because it's really easy with a screen cap. Or as I said, if you download that opt-in, I'll show you my exact process that makes it really quick for doing this stuff. Last few random tips I've learned recently: if you open up an Insta story, take a picture of anything, select the pen tool, hold it down in whatever color you want for 1 or 2 seconds, the whole screen fills with that color, which is awesome because you know when you just want to do, you just want to write something on Insta story before or after a photo, and like I used to with the pen tool, like fill it all in, just hold it down, boom, you got the color you want, which is awesome. Another tip would be if you want to hide someone's stories, sometimes somebody just Insta stories too much. I don't know. So you can hold down their little profile picture at the top of your home feed, and then it'll say mute, and you can mute their story. They don't know, and you can unmute it at any time if you feel like listening to them again. And if you want to pause the story, when you see it on the screen, you just hold your finger. So if there's, press your finger to the screen, hold the screen. So if there's a bunch of text and you can't read it in 15 seconds, you're just holding it. And then once you release your finger, you can read the rest of the story. And I know I keep saying one more tip, but I really do have one more tip. You can Google, sorry I don't have the dimensions right now, but Google Instastory dimensions and you can create a canvas in Photoshop of that exact vertical dimensions and create your own like brand background. So whatever your brand color is, do that exact color on a background. If you have other brand elements or you even want to put your logo at the bottom, really blank, really simple, but still customized to your brand. You can save that onto your camera roll whenever you need it. You go back, you screen cap it. Then that can be like a customized like announcement board for you to then like type your words or announcements on in between photos. So I'll put on the screen kind of what I have done in the past if that's not making sense to you. But I hope this has been helpful. I hope you're excited about using Instastories for your business. I would love to hear if you have any other ideas below for ways that you have used your Instastories. And once again, don't forget to download that opt-in if you want to know more about what I'm talking about and see a walkthrough video of exactly how I do it. All right, have a good day, everyone. Bye.